baby. We are live and ready to go. This is another Thursday, and you're rocking with Coach Wood and the Guru for the Locker Room Show. Sorry for the delay. We got some technical difficulties with our guest. He's trying to hop on. We couldn't get a visual, and he's working on it now. So hopefully we will have Jay Charlin on shortly, dear friend of mine. But nevertheless, what's going on, Guru? A new week, baby.
Yeah, man, it's a new week. It's a holiday. Hey, man, you on the grill? What you got going, man? Most people on the grill. You know what I hate, man? I hate people that's on. I hate dudes that's on the grill, man. And you can't grill worth a damn. I can't stand that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like if you can't grill, man, don't even bother, man. Let's go over your partner house, man, or figure something out, man, and go to the stove, man, and fake it. But don't do that to your kinfolk, man. Don't do it to
Don't do your family like that on the vacation. And I know that's not the locker room audience. I know we got nothing but grillers coming in here, some real pit chefs, some pit bosses. So we will have Jay Charlin on shortly. No grilling for me. That was last year. I'm taking this one on. We might have to cater something or get something coming in, but we're going to rock and roll. So, hey, let's get into it, man, while we're working on getting Jay in here. Once again, dear friend of mine, this is a Bay Area native, you guys. This is somebody that played at the infamous Skyline High School under the great John Bean. The Killers, as Guru would say, coming out of that high school, went on, you guys, to play at Colorado State, and then now doing some big things in the marketing world, but had a great arena football career, you guys, and Bay legend, somebody that everybody knows in the Bay Area as being a real ball player, you guys. So excited to bring in Jay Charlin here shortly, and he's got some great advice and information for you guys. We got some trending topics that we're going to get into. So let's get into it, Q. I mean, a lot has been going on, man. Obviously, it's the off season, but with football, things never sleep. And one of the topics that I was going to get into once Jay Charlin got on was guys changing positions. It's one of the things that's not really talked about that much when guys go off to college, but you know as well as I do, it happens on every team. Right here, this kid from OU, they're saying that he's showing his love, Q, for the program because he was willing to change his position. So I want to ask you, man, because some kids come from the mindset of I'll play anything as long as it's the highest level. Other kids are really particular about where they're at on the field, and they're willing to go to a lower level to play where they want to play. So in your opinion, man, which one is the right train of thought? Should you try to play at the highest level of competition and be open, or should you really stick to your guns with what you want to play?
I mean, man, I would always be where you want to be a Swiss Army knife, right? I feel like that, it's always most difficult with a position change with quarterbacks. Quarterbacks is like some kids never mentally recover going into college as a quarterback and asked to play anything else but that. Some never ever recover. Some make the adjustment. A lot don't, because that's the marquee position. A lot of them probably been playing quarterback. They hold, you were a quarterback, but you were a rare kid that can make that adjustment, but a lot of kids don't. So I always go like, hey, man, you want to play, if at all possible, on the highest level of competition and be a Swiss Army knife, man. It'll only make you a better player, you understanding another position. Obviously, you already know what you've been playing already, but to learn another position can only make you a better overall football player, in my opinion.
Okay. Talk to me from the dad standpoint. So you're in Houston. Let's say your kid's going into his senior year, and you're thinking that maybe he's a college DB, but he's only getting reps on the offensive side of the ball. Do you have to go talk to coach, or should you just let things play out?
The reason I would let things play out is because college scouts, if your kid has talent overall, then scouts will see that your kid is able to excel, making that change too. So that makes me, as a scout, that makes this kid more valuable, because I know what he's been playing and I see what he's playing now. So now I have game film on two different positions. So his value, he's upped his value in the eye, in my opinion, in the eye of a lot of scouts, because we've seen him make that change and still excel.
Okay, right there. And we've got the great Jonesy on with us. So I'm gonna bring you off, Q, and put him in the middle. So give me 1 second here.
What's
there
happening?
He is. You got in, baby.
It's Jonesy, baby. Hold on, let me make sure I can hear you, man. Hold on, my audio's off.
Hold on. No wonder he had to get in the studio with Charlemagne.
I had to get in the studio.
That's what. Okay, I understand now.
My bad.
He had to drive over there.
We dealing with a real networker, man.
Yeah.
We dealing with a real marketing pro.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me make sure I got my audio on point, fellas. Hold on. I know I don't. Here we go. Hold on. Here we go. All right, I'm in the mix. I got the audio in the headphones. It was coming through the computer. Y'all hear me hot?
I got you, baby. We
got you. Yeah, there we go.
Thank you for joining us once again. We are.
Thank you for having me. Man. Pleasure to be here with you guys.
Man. It's an open invitation, and we're on with the great J. Charlotte Jones. This is a Bay Area native, you guys. Skyline High to Colorado State, and an amazing arena football career and doing big things, you guys, in the marketing space, as you see. So, Jay, thank you for joining us, man. I know it was short notice.
Yeah, buddy. I appreciate it. I told you anytime, man. Have me on.
I love it. So I want to loop back to our first topic, because all the topics are on the bottom ticker. And we were talking about how you decided to attend Skyline High. Obviously, there's Coach B. You guys were a powerhouse at the time. A lot of prospects coming out of Skyline, like our dear friend LaCory, who at the time was the number one receiver in the country. So I wanted to ask you, man, obviously, great football journey. You ended up at Colorado State, full ride. But thinking back, do you think you would have had more opportunity playing at a school where there wasn't so much talent? Or do you think that playing at a school where there was so much talent actually helped propel you as a player?
My humble opinion, I don't think Colorado State had talent like that. If you look at a school like right now, we still don't have talent like that.
No, I mean Skyline.
Oh.
Do you think totally the high school decision?
High school.
Think that
I think so. 5 of us went Division I my senior year. I don't think I think having more top talent allows more people to see you. But you had a great question, because my high school coach actually thought a lot of college schools were missing the boat. He thought I should go to JC. So I can get a better shot. Back to your original question, would have been better if the high school wasn't a powerhouse, right? I don't really think so. I think for me, I'm 5'8". So you coming out of high school, you 5'8", you're not high on the list, right? Like that's what guys would tell me. Like I would have people tell me in high school, hey, most of the guys in the NFL are 6 foot or something. And I never really understood why they was telling me about what guys were in NFL. But what they were really saying is, hey, you actually have enough talent to do everything everybody else can, but somebody's not going to see 5'8" the way they see 6'2".
Okay. So you feel like because of the height, it really didn't matter. You were at the right place at the right time.
I felt like I was definitely at the right place. I mean, I made that strategic decision to go to Skyline in the 8th grade. I knew I would get a scholarship by 8th grade, just from the older guys in the neighborhood, in the community, the Pop Warner, the Oakland Dynamite, seeing Khalid Shabazz, Damon Gardner, guys that literally might have been 3 to 4 years ahead of me, but literally I've been watching them play ball since maybe I was 8 or 9. So when they get to high school, you can measure up, right? Like you understand where you are. So that's kind of how I was able to play high school.
Good point. Q, I know you came from the same situation. A lot of dogs around you, man. Do you think if you were at another school, you would have got even more love, or you think you pretty much tapped out everything you were going to get?
No, man. I wouldn't have changed it, man, going to Hazelwood. I mean, I think I think, man, my senior, I think we had like about 11 boys go out. It was this, but it was, man, the one thing I like about my school is, man, it was bloodline. So it was like you got like brothers and cousins year after year after year, and it was just the expectation and the bar was set. So that almost like by the time you got to college, it wasn't as big a deal. You know, some places, some stadiums like Nebraska and other places or whatnot, you know, it's like you got to get used to that. But as far as competition, it's like, man, I think we had like 7 dudes go to the league off of my junior, off of my high school squad alone. This we're not talking about like the Terrell Fletchers and the older guys, just my squad. So it's like college wasn't no big deal at all. You know what I'm saying? It was mainly just really just kind of learning learning the playbook, but competition, it wasn't as much issue. You always want to go to the best possible high school with the best possible program because it's going to make you level up and up your game. Good point. Scouts are already hip to that program, so they're already looking because that's an established program that's cranking out kids.
Good point. Okay. You compete every day when you do it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's how you get better. You know that. Everybody know that.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you guys hear these gentlemen saying, don't run from the smoke. Get it right there at practice. It's going to help you in the long run. Jay, before we got in, man, and this is a good one for you, we were talking about position changes, man, and how guys they don't get that talk before they go off to college, and then the next thing, coach is calling them in the room saying, we switch your position. And I know you went through that a little bit as well. It actually helped you in the Arena League. But what's your opinion on position changes, man? If I can go D2 and play what I want, should I do that? Or if I could go D1 and get switched up, should I do that? What's Jay tell us on this?
Very good question. I say my knee jerk reaction would be go Division 1 because you can compete and play whatever position you can play because let's say if you got to change positions, and it's 2 things that happens when you change positions. Either you go to the next position and you're better, or you go to the next position and you're not better. Usually a coach is going to put you in a better position. Now, your attitude might be jacked off and you don't want to do this or you don't want to do that. You know, you might be a big boy. You might be a linebacker. You might want to put your hand in the dirt. You might not. You know, like you might be up here with the position change, not a baller in your position change. Because when you're a baller in your position change, I hate to be cocky, but y'all miss me in between Dion and Travis Hunter. Like I play both positions and I play baseball and I run track, right? So it's like, that's just competing. And guess what? I'm not saying I'm the best at any of them, but if you ask your bros like Hannibal, he know he gonna compete when he see me, right? So it don't matter what position you play. Can you compete all day, every day, put it on film? So at the end of the day, when you go home or, you know, as adults, when we go to the bar after the game, I'm looking at you in the eyes and I know I gave you the business tonight.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Q, let's say you got your dad hat on and your son is at UT, he's at Texas, and he's calling you up and said, Dad, they moving me from receiver to DB this spring. What you telling your son?
Hey man, you better get that back pedal together, man. You know, again, like I said, it's man, you get in where you fit in, man. Like I said, you only making yourself more valuable, man. It's a ton of even Hall of Famers that if you go back, they didn't play the same position the whole entire time, right? So it can a lot of times it'll at minimum up your football IQ, right? At minimum. But again, like my man said, the coach looking at you as an athlete, you hopefully will be putting you in a position that will not only you can excel at, but will help the team too. And obviously we know that winning teams get more looks as well, especially if you're talking about playing on Sunday. So, you know, that's the way that I would think it was supposed to go.
Okay, no, that's great, and for the scouting, the team sees whoever's looking at you that you are versatile, which is big in football. You guys, on to our next topic, and once again, we've got the great Jay Charlon Jones, Bay Area native. You guys went on to Colorado State, phenomenal arena football career. If you haven't already, make sure that you like, subscribe, share, bring a friend next time when you come into the locker room. All of the topics are on the bottom ticker. This one is big. This one is interesting, you guys. So we have a quarterback out of BYU, and unfortunately, and he had a pretty good season last year, but Q, he was in bed with the wrong young lady, and it looks like she wanted to say that she was raped, and now it's coming out that it was consensual sex. It was all good between these college kids. But at BYU, you are done with their code of conduct if you even get caught up in the realm of something like this. I think the young lady is done as well. So I wanted to ask you, man, is there any way, these are college kids, they're going to date, they're going to have relationships. Is there any way for a young football player watching this, we'll start off with you, Q, to make sure that the odds of this happening to them are minimized?
Oh, absolutely. Look, I didn't say this before on multiple shows. At this day and age, and I'm getting paid, and you're talking about NIL and these other opportunities, and it's collective in regards to I'm getting money from the university, and I'm getting NIL. If I have a girlfriend, you're signing a waiver. You don't want to sign a waiver to date me? Oh, well, I'll be single for 3 years or 4 years or however long I'm there. And that's just how it's going to be. Either you can sign this waiver or not, because you're not going to randomly all the hills, all the squats, all the routes, all the work in 100 and something degree heat, and you're not going to wake up on a random cloudy Tuesday and say, I raped you, or because you're mad at me because you saw me talking to another girl from across the yard in front of the library, and now we got lawyers and ESPN knocking on my parents' door. No, thank you. You can sign this waiver or goodbye, ma'am. I appreciate you.
Okay, all right. So the guru is going the waiver route. Some of you young men might not know about that, but you may in the future. Jay, obviously, I know you used to like the ladies a little bit, and you used to be a baller, but now you got money. You got NIL money, and you're at BYU. How do you not get caught up in a situation like this?
This is a tough one, I think. You're 18, 19, maybe 20 years old. You don't have no idea of nothing. Let me say that again. Nothing. Here's something that we're not talking about, but you said it. This is where only guidance can come in from your dad. We talk about this all the time. You guys talk about it during the show. This is how you lose opportunity when you don't have guidance, because we 17, 18, 19, we don't make the best decisions. We try. I mean, literally, we will be good guys and still try to make good decisions, and it don't always go our way. The best way you can do or get rid of this situation, but you need guidance. Each guy on the team need guidance. I mean, this ain't no answer I can give you. This the answer your dad give you, your uncle give you.
Yeah.
But is there a way? Let me ask you this, because it looks like everything was consensual, and what got him out of this was the fact that he was able to show text after the fact that they were all good. So it seems like she had a change of heart after it happened.
This is maybe, a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. It's like it's hard to win, right? And only
is there anything to tell a girl that might be more likely to want to get over on you than the next?
I almost think and feel that you in college, the girl ain't gonna think the right way. Hold on, the guys ain't thinking the right way. Like, we don't make good decisions. Let's not try to. We adults, and sometimes we be a 50-year-old adult or 35-year-old adult trying to put what's up here into the 17, 18, 19-year-old head, and it ain't gonna work.
True.
And it's just not there, right? So it's like you understand the ways of the world, you understand how things work, and you have to protect yourself. So it's like making good decisions, and you got to pray you hope you make a good decision, right? I mean, you don't know what you got on the other end when you choose a girl.
Until time
Yeah,
tells.
true. But I'll say this, and again, this is strictly opinion. I'll tell. This is me. The guru telling another
Because
kid.
you can't tell a kid don't date.
No, you can't tell them don't date. But what I'm saying is, I'm looking at it like this, and like I said, I'm talking about from personal experience and otherwise. I'm looking at it like this, and I'm dead serious. Going back, if we don't have some type of agreement, literally, I'm talking about documented agreement, and then we can date and go out about our life or whatnot. But I have this right here, right?
Let me ask you this.
Hold on, T. If I don't have that, the only other way that I'm gonna date if I'm in college and I'm on the squad, the only other way I'm gonna date is I'm gonna date another female student athlete because she has something to lose.
Good play.
Okay.
Good call.
I would date a swimmer. I would date some girl on the volleyball team, the track team, because they, my friend, have something to lose, just like you. But a chick from the regular student body, I'm going to slide this waiver right across his table.
Can I jump in and say something?
Okay. Absolutely.
Yes.
My partner from college, we still together today. We have 2 children. She was the dancer on the Palms team. So kind of back to your point of someone involved, right there. You right in the pocket, because you got to be safe and how you protect yourself. You
got to be with somebody that got something to lose, bro.
Mm-hmm. So what you guys are saying, obviously we don't know who this young lady is, because when we get into cases like this, they hide the young lady's name, and of course, the player is out there. But what you're saying, Guru, is if you looked in your crystal ball, you think that she's probably not a scholarship athlete.
100% she's not. Because if she was, they would say that. They wouldn't give her name, but they would say she was a student athlete. She's not. Okay. She's not. She's a regular student. Wow. That's where the waiver comes in at. You better get you a girl off the hoop squad or volleyball team or do something.
Now let me ask you. I get the something to lose angle. I get that. Let me ask you, if I've been with her since high school, does she have to sign a waiver?
Absolutely. You want me to tell you why again? I'll say it again, because now in this era, it's a different dynamic because you have that NIL money. You got money in play. Money changes people, T. It does. It changes people in a hurry. It could be people riding with you since Pop Warner 8 years old. But you talking about kids clearing 250, 300,000, $1 million, $2, $3, $4 million. Good point. Like you just told me, T, condo, 2 cars, 3 cars. What? Man, that's irrelevant.
Okay.
Material things and money can change anybody.
Okay, so what you 2 gentlemen are telling me, guys that have played college and professional football, you're telling me that these guys might not be able to totally know if the girl is really in it for them.
Let me say something too. Let me say one more thing. You mentioned the money, Q. Usually you don't have $200,000, $300,000 until you're an old man. And I'm not talking about, let's say you don't go to the show. Right? Let's just be clear. Let's say you don't go to the show. You probably never see 200,000. Most of the guys, Division I, never see 200,000 a year.
In a year.
Yeah. So when a guy sees 200,000 and you 19, there isn't. Okay, I'll say it like this. I think NIL has all the guys for sale, and they don't know.
He's seeing more than 200 if he a quarterback.
They for sale. They don't know it, and so they don't have a frame of reference for anything intelligent. There's no frame of reference at 19 with $200,000 of any frame of reference for anything intelligent. You don't have that. That's why I say guidance.
Yeah, but that's the thing about it, big dog. I tell T all the time, man, if I'm a kid at this day and age, I'm D1 and God forbid I'm a starter. And then more importantly, I'm a starter and I'm QB1. Man, I'm scared to go outside.
Correct.
I don't even want to go outside.
Correct.
I don't even want. It's like, man, it's like I'm a teenage dude. You got, man, pretty girls around campus. I'm scared. I'm literally afraid.
No, if you smart, you should be scared. You should be on your toes. Like, I'm sure something's coming to get me.
You show up at a party, you don't throw a punch, you have a half a cup of water, and they say you started it and you're belligerent, and you're like, man, I just got here and I got a cup full of ice water. Now here we go. I'm scared to go outside. I'm going around campus with a bodyguard and a folder full of waivers. I don't want no smoke. You're not gonna mess up my
Correct. No. You don't want no smoke, and I think that's the misunderstanding. They actually think that they can absorb that attention. You don't need to.
Nah.
Yeah. You don't want I mean, this cost this young man his starting quarterback job at BYU.
And how much money do you think it cost him?
Ooh, boy, at least 500.
We'll say at least. See, remember. Well, this had to be almost close to a year ago. Remember when we it was on a show and the Nebraska coach had said a QB1 at least costs about $1 million to get a QB1. So we'll call him at least a cool meal.
Yeah.
And BYU is expected to do some big things. They landed some nice recruits this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we'll say at least $1 million. Now you're going to have to take a pay cut wherever you go because you're acquitted, but that's still fine.
They got you.
Yes.
Yeah, they got you. No, he lost some money, man. He lost his job. He lost some money.
He may get some deals with some law firms or something. Huh?
and it may be, hopefully it's not future money. And here's the thing, you guys, and I don't want to put too much on this, but it was all false.
That's why I say, hey, why they didn't say her name? I get it. You can't.
It's the game. It's the media game.
Let me ask you guys a question because both of y'all are from Cali. What was the name of the kid years back that played for De La Salle? And he went to prison, but he got out and ended up getting his shot in the league. His name will come to mind. It was Brian something, but same thing happened to him.
Yeah.
Same thing happened to him, man. He was a star player for De La Salle, but he actually went to prison like 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And he was so cold when he got, finally got out or whatnot, man. Obviously everything unraveled and they found out, that it wasn't true through DNA or whatnot. And he still got his opportunity to play on Sundays because he was that talented.
Yeah.
But his name was ruined for years.
Yeah.
And he actually went to, orange jumpsuit off a lot.
Damn.
And speaking of, we got the great LaCorey Collins in the building. What's going on, Playmaker? Good to see you. And thank you for joining us, man. We're talking some heavy topics. And I know out there in Oregon, where you guys were at, you had to dodge some things too. But we are on, and that's a big one, man. Hopefully the great Jake Retzlaff can shake this off and get back to where he was after last year. That's a big momentum stopper, and hopefully this young lady gets her mind right too. We are on to the next topic, you guys, and since I got nothing but cornerbacks in the locker room show tonight, I figured let's talk a little DB game. So we'll start off with you, Jay Charlin. When you finish your marketing career and you say, hey, I want to go back and coach DBs one day. Let's say you're coaching at Georgia and you got to go get some of the best at DB. Give me the top 3 traits Coach Jones is looking for.
Traits for DB. I'm not a basketball player. I'm terrible at hoop. But one thing I know is if you can play defense on playing hoop, you can play DB, right? It's like a lateral game. It's a different. I'm speaking this from something I don't know, but I can see somebody else do it better than me.
Okay.
First trait, I would say, hey, if that guy, 2-sport athlete, play defense when he play basketball, not no Carmelo Anthony defense. Now, I'm talking about some real defense. Really want it.
Okay.
That's a good trait.
Okay.
I should have said this one first, but I'm gonna say second thing is hips. right? You ain't got no hips. You at the Bayou Classic.
You can't
The
dance.
third thing, what do you need? I want a guy that used to play receiver.
Okay.
I want a guy that used to play receiver, and he just ready to dog some guys out tonight. You understand?
Right.
Like, no soft game tonight. I know what everything you got to do. I know where you want to be. I know where the ball need to be. If you can have those three traits, hips, you play receiver, and you know to stay in front of somebody,
basketball.
Game over.
Okay, all right. Talk to me, Coach Guru. You coaching over there at Texas Tech. You got to go get you some dogs at DB. What you looking for?
I would say fundamental aspect, man. I need a kid, man, with a short memory. You gotta have men on the mental aspect, because obviously, man, it's an offensive minded game. Sometimes, man, it's gonna be where, man, guys are just gonna make crazy circus catches, and it's like, all right, well, you're not gonna do it again. So you gotta have a short memory. I would say, in addition to hips, I would say great feet. Great feet like that is something, that's imperative. And then I would say, man, I would agree with that as far as receiver is being able to have, a kid that maybe play receiver just has good hands. I don't think that DBs really on the jugs machine, or sometimes, man, I mean, just run routes on air. DB is this receiver in reverse, right? So it's like the more sometimes you can mentally or even physically run routes on air, the more it'll make sense how to defend them. Okay, I understand why he's stemming me like this, or why he's lining out outside the numbers. Everything just makes total sense. It's just in reverse. So that would be what I'll be looking at.
All right. So you young DBs that listen to this, whether live or recorded, you got two superstars right here that did it well, telling you that they're looking for hips, they're looking for ball skills, they're looking for some defensive side to side. Those are the things that we're looking for as former DBs if we're scouting. Okay. So you guys work on those things this offseason before you get back to your team. Coach Foss in the house, he says, gotta be fearless. And Guru said that as well. That touchdown didn't happen on me. I don't know what you're talking about. So right there. And thank you, Cool C, with the three superstars right there. So let's get on to our next topic, man. And this one's a good one. We're always trying to give you guys some sauce. We're trying to give you guys some food for thought as you make these decisions, these football decisions. But we're in the day and age, Guru and Jonesy, of the transfer portal. And Jonesy, you might have jumped in. I don't know if you would have jumped in at Colorado State. I might have jumped in too. Who knows? But we're in the day of the transfer portal. But you guys are businessmen. You guys are smart men. I think there's some schools that present more leverage, life after football leverage, than other schools. So talk to me a little bit. We'll start with you, Jonesy. In your opinion, what would it take for a young man, if you maybe are his coach and he's calling you up, or maybe you're his pops, he wants to leave Stanford, and let's say Texas Tech, or let's say Kansas State says we'll give you $100,000 more than Stanford's giving you. Is that enough to say I'm gonna leave Stanford?
I don't think no price is enough to leave Stanford, because no price. There is not a price to leave Stanford, because your network is at college. And anytime any NIL guy plays this transfer portal game, you are breaking up and fragmenting your future network. Most of us are not going to play professional. We are not going to. Most of these guys not going to get paid. They'll never get paid as much in their next profession. Let's just be clear. They'll never make a yearly salary in their next profession than what they're making right now. This is the greatest time in their life. We knew it when we was in college. We know it to this day. This is the greatest time in your life. The money is almost just a cherry on top, but it's those connections. If you're not, and sometimes when you're an athlete, and back to the point of the guy at BYU, you almost trying to hide but you actually got to be out there and making sure everybody know you. You got to be personable, because when this thing is over, Ball, everybody at Stanford that's your team. You don't know it. That's the real team.
Hey,
I like it.
Hey, boy, yeah.
Okay. So, Guru, let's throw it to you, man. I mean, and the reason I'm bringing this up, this is good for you people in the audience to hear. I'm not going to say the school, but we'll say ACC. I got a DB I'm working with in the ACC,
right.
And he got slid an offer from a school, and the offer's terrible, Jay. The offer's terrible. But the school's got a name. School's got some juice.
Right.
Now, maybe he could go somewhere and get an extra 40 or 50. I don't think he can get 100, but he get an extra 40 or 50. Guru, talk to me. Your son wants to leave Notre Dame. What is it going to take if you're his dad to say, we're going to leave the brand and the logo?
Hey, man, the schools carry a lot of weight, man. I can agree with what he is saying. Like, Notre Dame, Stanford, SC is one of those things where some schools, man, you would almost have to be talking about 10x or 20x and the offer in regards to leaving, man, because I see this all the time. Y'all have probably seen this, man. I mean, I'm in Texas, but it's one of those things where, like you say, it's your real team. I'm in Texas. I could be driving down the street from my house right now, and if I see a Kansas license plate, that's my new partner.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's the network is huge. That's the thing about it, though. It's you just have to build a network, man, where you're at, man. If you're a ball player, man, like I said, unless it's dire straits and it's one of those things where it's, something that's internally foul, like the Penn State situation back in, some years back where you just gotta get up out of there. I mean, you have to think, and it's hard when you're that young because ball is so prominent in your brain, but you have to force yourself to think outside of ball. And if you do that, and you're talking about Notre Dame, and you're talking about Stanford, oh man, like, dude, your contact list is a mile long, and you're talking for the rest of your life, in addition to your teammates, because you weren't bouncing from school to school.
Good point.
Your teammates become an extension of your family. That's who shows up at your kids' birthday parties. That's who shows up at each other's weddings.
Good point. Okay.
That's who's going to be at your funeral.
Absolutely. So this bouncing around for a bag, man, figure out how to get a bag where you're at. You might link up with
Jimmy Rucker says,
yeah.
You don't leave Stanford unless you go into Harvard, Yale, or Princeton. That's what
Jimmy, but the thing is, Stanford got a better football team, so I'm still not leaving.
You don't even leave and go.
right? I'm still not.
But I see what he's saying. He's talking unless I'm getting more life leverage.
Absolutely.
But okay, so you two gentlemen are telling me, hey, my kid comes to me and he's at Stanford, Notre Dame, Vanderbilt, Navy. I'm saying, hey, it's a little bit more than football to this. That's what we tell them. A little bit more than football money.
A little bit more than football.
Absolutely. Because a lot of kids that go to those type of schools that are regular students, their parents are already multi-millionaires.
They don't need football.
And guess what? Guess who's going home for Thanksgiving over to their dad's $5 million mansion? You are.
Boom.
You are. This is my new best friend, T, Dad. Oh,
so that's better than the Hellcat. I can get a Hellcat, Guru. I can get a Hellcat.
Hold on. Let's talk this out.
If I go from Stanford to Cincinnati, I can get a Hellcat, Guru.
Let's talk this out. The Hellcat at 18 is the value. Hold on. You don't even grasp what Guru said when you go to your dorm mate's house for Thanksgiving. That's where the connections are built.
Man.
That's where the relationships are built. That's where, that's where your internship is gained.
And his dad's an attorney. Go ahead, boy. Say it.
That's where you got to be. I would even challenge, even if it's not Stanford, to be in the portal and to leave because you're still leaving this behind wherever you go. It don't matter what school you could be at, Eastern Michigan City State, and this is the situation.
Man. Okay. All right. So you young athletes out there, these guys are saying it's more than just the dollar. It may even be more than your playing time, depending on what school you're at. You better be mindful, all right, of that future leverage, that future IP. So, because if you graduate from a Stanford or Vanderbilt or Air Force, that logo is a part of you the rest of your life. You can say that and use that, put it on your resume the whole time.
And get wherever you need to get to.
Only thing that take that way is CTE.
Facts.
Okay. All right. So speaking of CTE, we're going to make sure that Jonesy CTE is all right because we on to the lightning round, baby. This is the lightning round where we going to go through a little bit of a word association game. He's got 60 seconds, you guys. We're going to put him through a blitz. Now, you heard this gentleman say he used to run some track. And he used to be a bad man in track. His 4x1 team was a national level team. So we see how fast you get through this list, brother. You ready to go?
Let's go for it.
All right. So this is the way we're doing it. First thing that comes to your mind is what we want to hear. I know you added an O. I know you added Oakland, but we're going to keep PG-13 for the last. And we're not going to turn up too much. We got my boy at zeros right here, and he's got a list, y'all. So if you're joining us for the first time, I'm going to rattle off some things. He's got to say the first thing that comes to his mind. If he can get to 15 or higher, then it's a dinner on the locker room show. It's a dinner on the locker room show next time I come to Colorado. So let's rock and roll. First thing that comes to Jay Charlin's mind. All right. Number one. 15 is the number. He gets one for tech delay, so 14 even puts him in the mix. All right. Number one, locker room show. Lightning round. Here it is. First thing that comes to your mind. Skyline High School. Go.
Champions.
Sonny Lubick.
Miami Hurricanes.
Sauce Gardner or Derek Stingley?
Stingley.
Papusa or Quesadilla?
Quesadilla.
John Bean.
Legend.
49ers or Raiders?
49ers. Just because I wasn't there.
Movie.
Say it again.
Football movie.
The Program.
Shrimp and grits or steak and eggs?
Steak and eggs.
Adrian Ross.
Mad Backer.
Oakland, California. 46 seconds.
City of Dope.
Deebo Samuel.
Underrated.
Red beans and rice or chicken fried rice?
Red beans and rice.
Rod Woodson or Darrell Revis? Time.
Give him that one.
Which one?
Woodson.
Yeah.
Okay, he's going old school. All right, so let's add them up. There's a couple of them that got a little pause and slowed them down. So let's add them up, and then he gets the one for tech delay. Okay, 15's the number, y'all, from the great Evan Brennan, sports agent. So number one, Skyline High School. We talked about that's his old high school. He says champions. Number two, Sonny Lubick, his old coach from Colorado State. Says Miami Hurricanes. Number three, Sauce Gardner or Derek Stingley. He's going young buck. Well, they're both young bucks. He's going Derek Stingley. Number four, Papusa or Quesadilla. He's going with the Quesadilla. Number five, John Bean, his old high school coach. He says legend. Number six, 49ers or Raiders. He's going with the Niners. Number seven, favorite football movie. He says the Program. Number eight, shrimp and grits or steak and eggs. He's going steak and eggs. Number 10, Adrian Ross, or no, number 9, sorry about that, Adrian Ross, the Mad Backer. Number 10, Oakland, California, City of Dope. Number 11, Deebo Samuel. Right there, he says underrated. Number 12, red beans and rice, chicken fried rice. He's going with the red beans and rice. Number 13, Rod Woodson, Darrell Revis, he's going Rod Woodson. So with the 10 delay, he gets 14. So your old coach stumped you. You would have had it if it wasn't for the Sonny Lubick right there. So thank you for having fun with us, man. And we are on to our last topic of the show. The comment section is live. So if you guys do have a question for the great Jay Charlotte Jones, please put it in the comment section. But Q, I know you got something for our guests.
Absolutely. So we know that you've been in excelled at marketing, been in marketing for years. I guess the question for this evening would be, what do you feel that today's athletes realize about how they market themselves, or what don't they realize? Should I say?
My answer would be they haven't realized it, and I think the reason why they haven't realized it is because they're so in football, right? They're so in their craft that they haven't recognized that specifically they are the product, which is the problem. They don't have nothing to sell. Therefore, they are for sale. I don't like NIL. I believe when you make a guy NIL and a guy believes in NIL, now you telling me I'm for sale and you giving me to the agents, you giving me to the wolves. And what'll happen is you'll give me all this money and I'm gonna give it right back because I am for sale.
That's a good point.
Problem with the marketing is the athlete doesn't know that they need a product or that they have leverage, right? Like I think an athlete is the first influencer marketer. That's the reason for athlete endorsements. Look at Nike. Nike's only Nike because of an athletes. Let's just be clear.
Yes.
Any brand or business can be better if you just pair it with an athlete.
Yeah.
Right. And that's not NIL. That's a partnership. That might be some stock options for that athlete, right? Like that's marketing, that's business, that's brand. Look at Iguodala. Look at all the guys that come play for the Warriors. They just want to be in Silicon Valley. That understanding that early enough, high school, college, so you know when you go to Thanksgiving dinner with this billionaire, millionaire, you know the game they're playing.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. We don't know the game we playing. We for sale. We trying to be the athlete. No, you the brand. Carry yourself and tell people how much it costs if they need you on the product. Not how much it costs to give me money to come to your school. Not how much like guys don't have websites. Guys are not taking advantage. I don't see guys killing it online. Right? You see everybody else killing it online. I think an athlete can make more of an impact online in his high school community, in his college community, and in his professional community.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, because I know that you've done some work with Joey Porter and his son and some events and different things like that. Do you think that these kids need to hire somebody, maybe even in high school? Because it seems like there's a correlation with their social media presence and their NIL money. Do you think that maybe parents should invest in getting their kid pumped up?
You said it right when you said parents. This makes me think about everything that a kid signs. When you sign your letter of intent, you have no idea what you're signing. And if you don't sign it, you don't go to college. Your parents have no idea what you're signing. And I bring this up to say, Jay, when you say, hey, Jay, you think their parents should help them? Yeah, but guess what? Our parents don't know nothing either, right? This is a big boy business as soon as you get out of high school. Like you're dealing with agents who have legal degrees. And so you kind of, do you need to hire somebody? Yes, but it's moving a little bit too fast is my point, right? It might get more expensive than you can even afford, that you were even expecting, because it comes down to you having good marketing, you knowing this. When we talk about this makes me think about trying to figure out what school you're going to go to. Having that guidance, that knowledge, that backstop, that information to cross-reference, to understand where you want to go, why you want to go there. Like even a high school kid can't, when you take 5 trips you don't know where you're going or why. You really not making a good decision. You can't make it a good decision. You don't have the proper data, information.
Never been there before.
Correct. So back to guidance, back to the adult practically needs to help you with all those decisions. So it is a team. If anything, it's just a team and being on the same page. Hey, what's the game plan, right? You know how you go to that team meeting, head coach speak, and then and then one of the other coaches will come up and give you some tidbits about the opponent, a team, but on the same page. That's the problem. You'll get a team together, and if everybody's not on the same page, it's not going nowhere.
That's true. I wanted to piggyback off of something else you had said in regards to your craft. And every time you hear that term, you always think of on the field. Let me ask you guys this. Why is it that if you're the brand as an athlete, why don't kids invest in, hey, maybe I should get, even if it's not offered at the university for a class per se in regards to GPA, in the summertime, why don't I take classes that help me with public speaking, right? Why don't I take improv classes, right? Acting classes. That's going to help you build you in regards to a brand. So now you're talking about in the realm of NIL, I'm light years ahead of everyone else because they have to take whatever's thrown at them. I can pick and choose. Why? Because I know how to public speak. I know how to act. I can do, those are added skill sets outside of football that will build your brand as an athlete overall. And I'll give you a great example, and you guys will immediately agree with me. One of the greatest running backs of all time, gold jacket wear, and you've never, ever, ever seen him on a freaking commercial, Edgerrin James, because he can't talk worth a damn. You've never seen him associated with any product, and he's one of the best. Adrian Peterson, not there because they're not marketable. They're athletes that are mutants, great athletes. Some of obviously the best of all time, Hall of Fame guy, but they're not freaking marketable. Because when they get in front of a camera or a microphone in front of them, they don't know how to freaking talk. They don't know how. Interviews are a science. If you know how to do interviews, you can take an interviewer off of a TV or radio station, and even if they're coming at you, you'll know how to absorb it, spin it, and bring followers. Yeah. 100%. But that takes training.
And the great Derek Gardner knows all about that. Another Skyline Titan that we've had on the Locker Room Show, dear friend, saying the game right there. Build the brand, man. And I think that I have regrets. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I didn't scrape the plate, when I was in college. I'm sitting here looking at my watch to go to the party when I'm in rooms like you're talking about, surrounded by millionaires, so I feel like I didn't scrape the plate. That's part of the reason that this platform exists. For these kids, I think their regrets may be a little bigger because they will maybe have a couple $100,000 that they blow. They will, they'll transfer to that school and not have a network to fall back on. So I think unfortunately some of these kids may have some bigger regrets than even we had.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, because it's becoming too customary to chase the bag. And my man said I could not have said to myself, as soon as you start doing that, you automatically destroy your network. Automatically. You never establish building any type of network whatsoever, and all you're doing is chasing a bag. And that's why we seeing kids go, at 3 and 4 different schools within a matter of time that they're playing college ball.
All right. So something for you guys to think about. We got some good topics. Definitely tonight, the great Jay Charlon Jones dropping through. Thank you for swinging through, brother. I got you on mute. Let me take you off mute. Go ahead. Wait, hold on. For some reason, it's not letting you go off mute. Maybe you
back in. I'm back in there.
That'll be good.
Yeah, no, I would say thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Sure, man. It's a blast.
Anytime, man. Open invite, man. You know I love you. And take care of them kids. I'm going to holler at you back in Colorado.
Right on, brother.
All right.
Later.
So, hey, that is the great Jay Charlotte Jones, you guys. Hell of a player. Bay Area native, Q. Hell of a arena football player, man. But some big topics, man. I mean, the BYU kid and just having to navigate the lady life and, the money these kids are getting. Should I stay or should I go? It's a lot that these kids are dealing with.
Oh, man, it is, man. I mean, man, playing, especially playing big, man, D1 ball, man, it's not a walk in the park, man. Like, people think like, oh, man, I'll just go through high school, do my thing, figure out where I'm going, sign my letter of intent, and get, do my thing on TV and wave to mom on Saturdays. Like, man, it's a ton of pitfalls that can happen, right? It's a ton of opportunities that can be missed. So when saying that a kid needs a team is an understatement, man. But
I've heard you say a few times, just lay low. I've heard you say a few times, and damn near don't even go outside. Is that fear or is that focus?
A little bit of both. It's focus, but a little bit of fear because I am not gonna lose I'm not gonna lose what I have. I'm not gonna lose my opportunity where I can, the ability where I can go, and I'm not gonna lose where I'm at. So good question, T. But no, a little bit of both for sure, man. You have to move with caution, especially with the opposite sex. You gotta move with caution big time, man. It's too much to be lost, man. It just is. And you're leaving. Think about it like this for you young players. You're leaving your career when you're dealing in regards to the opposite sex. You're leaving your career in the hands of human emotion. That's a crapshoot. That's like Stevie Wonder at Atlantic City on the crap table. How you like that?
Okay, all right. That is a good metaphor right there to think about. You guys don't leave your career and all you've worked for to somebody else's emotions and how they're feeling at the given time. So, hey, thank you for joining us. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the great Jay Charlotte Jones. Sorry for the tech delay. The beginning and starting later. If you got to the show later, definitely make sure you run it back because we covered some amazing topics tonight that pertain to you young men and some of you families out there right now. So make sure you run it back. Make sure that you subscribe and like and share and bring as many people, bring your teammates, bring your coach, let everybody know about the Locker Room Show, you guys. We want to grow this thing to be the biggest football community organically on YouTube. Make sure that you check out Before You Go Pro. If you do need some recruiting support 2026, you guys are on the clock. It's your time. There's already offers going out and commitments happening. So make sure that you're in line for yours. A ton of resources at beforeyougopro.com, and then also check out nillllc.org. nillllc.org, you guys. We've talked about now you guys can make money, and you need to do it the right way. So you need to be protected, and you also need to take care of some entrepreneurial opportunities that you guys can have because of NIL as well. So, hey, great show tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, and share. Q, anything for the good people?
Hey, man, the summer's going fast. I keep saying it's like, man, we're already into July. We're running up on the holiday. No stupid stuff with the fireworks, kids, right? Not like we used to back in the gap, man.
Your hand and your digit for football.
Right. No Michael Jackson head fires, right? We just be cool, man. Be cool. But no,
don't
seriously,
lose your scholarship.
Enjoy the holiday. Man, get back to work. It's always somebody out there working harder than you. So get to it. Kickoffs right around the corner.
Around the corner, baby. We can't wait. It's gonna be a big season. That's the Guru. I'm Coach Wood. See you at the top.